Gearing up for the biggest, most important day in the hunting calendar, the traditional Boxing Day meet. When the ban on hunting wild mammals with hounds was passed almost a decade ago, there were fears among supporters this spectacle would disappear. Jobs would be lost, they said, their way of life die out. But those fears appear to be unfounded. No hunts have closed and membership, they say, is on the up. Instead of chasing down foxes, deer, mink and hare, the hounds are instead supposed to follow a scented trail. Even so, many supporters say the ban is unworkable, and nearly 10 years on, they're still pushing for change.
Hunts can't continue like this forever. It's very difficult for them to go out on a regular basis, particularly for hunt staff, when there's such a fine line between what is legal and what isn't legal, and there's still much debate within the court process as to whether a huntsman is doing something correct or not. For them it is difficult, and we feel that the legislation shouldn't have been there in the first place, and we'll carry on pushing to get it changed.
Hunting with hounds has long prompted fierce debate and controversy. Tony Blair admitted one of the biggest mistakes of his premiership was to underestimate the primeval passions the ban stirred up. Those passions still in evidence today.
Hey, heard the one about the fox that got ripped to pieces by a pack of dogs? It's not a joke.
With hunters putting pressure on MPs, the League Against Cruel Sports has launched a new campaign to counter what it sees as a threat to the ban.
It's really an awareness-raising campaign.
The animal rights group claims many hunts are deliberately flouting the regulations, but say they're not getting away with it, pointing to more than 280 convictions as evidence the legislation is working.
It doesn't fit in modern Britain. It's not part of a civilised society. And it's up to groups like the League Against Cruel Sports to highlight any threat to the Hunting Act, which is what we're doing.
Despite a coalition pledge to hold a free vote, that's now very unlikely to happen before the next election. Whoever holds the reins of political power after 2015 will be pursued by both sides of the debate, who remain as sharply divided as ever. Sarah Ransom, BBC News, Dartmoor.